What if I told you there's a peaceful coastal town in Mexico where life still moves slowly, where prices haven't caught up with inflation, and where palm trees sway quietly instead of tourists lining up for selfies? Welcome to Chetumal, the best-kept secret in Mexico, tucked away at the edge of the Caribbean, and perhaps your next forever home. Hi everyone, I'm Mariana with the Mexico Relocation Guide, and today I'm taking you on a journey far from the party zones and crowded beaches. We're heading south, to a calm, charming place few people ever think of, but once they do, they don't want to leave. This is Chetumal, and today I'm showing you exactly why this town is turning heads among retirees, expats, and smart travelers. Chetumal sits at the southern tip of Quintana Roo, the same state that's home to the famous Riviera Maya. But don't expect flashy resorts or packed beaches here. It's a 5-hour drive south of Cancun, right along the border with Belize. Yes, you heard that right. It's literally a gateway to Central America. Even though it's the capital of the state, Chetumal remains humble, local, and surprisingly untouched. Here, the Caribbean feels calmer, time slows down, and instead of tourist traps, you find community markets, friendly locals, and affordable living that's almost impossible to find in other beach towns. Let's talk about the weather, because in Chetumal, it's always summer. Located at sea level, Chetumal is hot, humid, and gloriously tropical to 365 days a year. August is your sauna month. Temps often climb to 40 degrees Celsius. January, ironically the coolest month, still feels like a northern summer. Highs in the 90s, lows around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Before you say too hot for me, here's the good news. The sea breeze helps, and most homes are built with tropical living in mind. Now, unlike most places that talk about rainy seasons, here you'll need to get familiar with hurricane season, which runs July through early November. But don't worry. Locals are well prepared, and even with several storms in 2024, there were minimal damages and no major disasters. So what's it really like to live in Chetumal? Imagine waking up to birds instead of blaring horns. Spending your mornings sipping fresh juice on your porch, walking to a market where people know your name. There's no rush here, no hustle, just life, as it should be. You won't find rooftop nightclubs or 5-star brunch spots. What you will find is a tight-knit local community, friendly shop owners, and people who actually take the time to talk to you. Most locals work in government jobs or run family-owned businesses. Tourism isn't big here, and that's exactly what makes Chetumal so different. If you're someone who values tranquility over trendy, nature over neon, this place might just steal your heart. And here's where things get really interesting. Compared to Cancun or Playa del Carmen, Chetumal is a bargain. You can rent a 3-bedroom house in a lovely neighborhood like Campester for just $1,000 to $1,500 USD month. Want a gated community with a pool and security? Residential Quetzal offers exactly that. Around $1,800 USD month, and if beach views are non-negotiable, the upscale waterfront area starts around $2,000 USD month, with the Caribbean practically in your backyard. But housing is just the beginning. Utility bills. Electricity, $125, $200 every 2 months. Water and gas, cheap, often under $30 a month combined. Internet, $30, $80 a month, with fiber optic speeds available. In short, your dollar stretches here and does so comfortably. So far, what do you think? Does this sound like the hidden gem you've been searching for? Let me know when you're ready, and I'll take you deeper into where to shop, how to get around healthcare, and what daily life here truly feels like. Chetumal isn't just quiet and affordable, it's practical. Everything you need for daily life is close at hand. From fresh produce to fiber internet, you'll find that living here isn't just peaceful, it's incredibly convenient. Let's start with the shopping scene. One of the unique advantages Chetumal offers is that it sits within a free economic zone. That means goods here are taxed less, which directly translates to lower prices at the checkout counter. Whether you're buying groceries or electronics, you'll often notice your money stretches further than in other parts of Mexico. Local markets are a daily ritual for many. The Mercado Municipal and Mercado are buzzing with fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, and even the occasional tech item. It's not just about shopping, it's about connection. You'll start recognizing the same faces, exchanging greetings, building relationships. If you prefer something more modern, large supermarkets like Chedraui, Soriana, Walmart, and even Sam's Club are readily available. You'll find a good mix of local products and familiar international brands, which makes adapting here much easier for expats. Now let's talk about healthcare, because no paradise is perfect. If you can get the medical care you need, Chetumal actually does well in this department. There are multiple private clinics, general hospitals, and pharmacies scattered throughout the city. For everyday healthcare, you're covered. However, for more specialized care, like certain surgeries or diagnostics, Many locals make the trip to larger cities, like Cancun, or these cities offer a wider network of specialists and more competitive pricing. Still, having the basics within city limits brings peace of mind to anyone considering long-term relocation. Transportation in Chetumal is delightfully simple. Taxis are the go-to option for most people. They're affordable, usually between 30 to 50 pesos per ride, and easy to find, especially near the city center or the main boulevard. There are bus routes, but they're less popular. The truth is, Chetumal is small enough that most essentials are within walking distance, though with the tropical heat, many choose taxis just to avoid sweating through their errands. As for Uber and Didi, the rideshare apps technically operate here, but there's an ongoing dispute with local taxi unions. Availability is inconsistent. Traditional taxis are still the more reliable option. And yes, there's an airport in town. It's small, but offers direct flights to major cities like Mexico City, Guadalajara, and even Miami. There's also a modern ADO bus terminal with routes to cities like Campeche and Cancun. And soon, the Maya train will add a station in Chetumal, opening even more doors for travel and tourism in and out of this hidden gem. Now, let's slow things down and talk about the heart of Chetumal, its culture, its people, and the lifestyle that makes you feel something here. Chetumal has a soul that's hard to describe, but you feel it in the rhythm of the streets, in the quiet kindness of strangers, and in the subtle beauty of daily life. This city isn't trying to impress tourists with flashy resorts or Instagrammable moments. It's not pretending. What you find here is real Mexico. Honest, humble, and slow in the best way possible. The locals, called Chetumalenos, are warm, approachable, and deeply rooted in family traditions. Many speak both Spanish and Mayan, and there's a growing number of bilingual residents. Walk along Boulevard and you'll see families picnicking, teens skating, elders sitting on benches enjoying the breeze. In the evenings, food stalls come alive, selling marquesitas, tacos, and tamales. No rush, no pressure, just life. There's also culture beneath the surface. A museum dedicated to Mayan history, a small zoo loved by families, galleries, and community centers that hold music and dance nights. And the food here. It's an intimate mix of Mexican staples and Caribbean influence. Panucos, cochinita pibil, and fresh seafood you'll dream about later. Chetumal is also the gateway to Bacalar, the legendary lagoon of 7 colors, just 30 minutes away. Many locals and expats make Bacalar a weekend tradition. And just beyond lies Mahahual, a chilled-out beach town known for its coral reefs and low-key charm. Want something bigger? Cancun, Playa, and even Belize are just hours away. But here's the real talk. Chetumal isn't for everyone, and that's the point. It hasn't been commercialized. It hasn't been made over for tourists. And that's both the beauty and the challenge. If you're someone who needs nightlife, flashy malls, or constant stimulation, Chetumal might feel too still. If you want convenience without chaos, peace without pretense, you might feel like you've found home. So who is Chetumal for? It's for the seekers, for the people looking for meaning over glamour, for digital nomads, early retirees, expats, and dreamers who want not just to visit Mexico, but to belong. Chetumal isn't about showing off. It's about settling in. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what makes it one of Mexico's best-kept secrets.